It's Wednesday, September 17th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, Operation Headwind, or CMP, to announce charges resulting from a multi-year investigation into historical sexual assaults at the Nova Scotia Youth Centre. Your top news headlines just ahead.
Also, if you think the fall colors are happening earlier this year, you're not imagining it. We'll chat with a UNB professor about why that is a little later. And raising the curtain on the fall season, Crystal heads to Neptune Theatre to find out what shows are hitting the boards over the next several months. Those stories and so much more just ahead. Come join us. CTV Your Morning Atlantic starts right now. Almost 6:01 on this Wednesday, September 17th. The grad team made it halfway through the week. And good morning to you. Rise and shine. It's nice and early, and we're happy to be here with you.
We're so happy that you can join us an hour earlier. This is the third show, and we are feeling so lucky to just have this new format, some new sounds, new graphics, new content, and that you're joining us for the ride.
Yeah, we love it. I also love extra information, especially this hour. It is jam-packed.
Yes.
Lots more weather, which I appreciate. What are we looking at today?
Well, it's going to be quite a warm, some would say hot day ahead for parts of the region. Yes, temperatures are heating up today. That sunny, dry conditions remain for the maritime region today. So it's going to be a lovely day to get out and explore your area if you're able to do so. Here's a live look at St. John this morning. A bit of a cool start to the day yet again. 7 degrees right now as you head outdoors. We are going to see lots of sunshine throughout your area today. So something to keep in mind when you are heading out. You may want to layer up, but you'll be shedding those layers into the late afternoon. So for our current temperatures early this morning, as I mentioned, a bit of a cool start to the day for parts of the region. 9 degrees right now in Labrador City, 8 into St. John's, Newfoundland. 8 also starting off your day in Fredericton. 12 degrees early this morning in Charlottetown. 11 in Halifax. A bit cool starting off your day in Sydney with 7. Over to our satellite and radar, a bit of fog early this morning yet again, but we are going to see fog dissipate for the maritime region, leaving sunshine for all 3 maritime provinces. Newfoundland and Labrador also going to see sunshine today, but we do have a chance of some showers moving in this afternoon. So if you're wondering about the UV index, it remains high for all 3 maritime provinces. So keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out this afternoon, as well as for Newfoundland and Labrador dropping just a bit due to precipitation, tracking low to moderate throughout your day. Wind changed direction out of the southwest this morning. As of right now, 15 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 11 into Charlottetown and Grand Etang with 13 kilometers per hour in Halifax. No wind gusts to report and will remain light into the afternoon. I'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first, a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Nova Scotia RCMP plan to announce charges later today resulting from a 4-year investigation into allegations of sexual assaults at a youth correctional facility. In July 2023, the Mounties confirmed they were investigating at least 70 cases of alleged sexual assault at the Nova Scotia Youth Centre in Waterville. At the time, they said the investigation had started in early 2019, and the complaints related to alleged assaults between 1988 and 2017. At the time, all 70 cases involved males, but the Mounties were expecting more people to come forward. The RCMP news conference is scheduled to start at 11 a.m. Labor troubles are brewing at another maritime university. Part-time faculty at St. Mary's University voted 87% in favor of job action last week after negotiations with the school hit an impasse. Job security and wages are key issues. The union says part-time faculty at SMU are among the lowest paid university instructors across the country, earning just over $6,000 per course per term. Along with the money, QP 3912 is asking for guaranteed work for instructors who have taught for at least 3 consecutive years. Meantime, classes are set to resume at Dalhousie University on Tuesday, but there are questions about what the semester will look like.
What the timelines will be like, what their schedule is, what the syllabuses are going to look like, if it's going to be condensed, what reading break looks like. So there's a lot of concerns about what the workload will look like for the semester.
After a month-long labor dispute, Dalhousie University and its Faculty Association reached a tentative agreement yesterday. Faculty have yet to vote on it, and details of the agreement have not been released. If the deal is ratified, faculty members will return to work tomorrow, with classes expected to resume on the 23rd. The president of the student union says students still want tuition refunds for lost classroom time. A 30-year-old New Brunswick woman charged with assault in the stabbing of a police officer is to return to court tomorrow for a bail hearing. St. John police say the woman appeared in court yesterday, where she was also charged with obstruction and causing a disturbance. Police say officers responded Monday to a disturbance at a business in the area of Galbraith Place. Police say as officers made attempts to talk to the suspect, an officer was stabbed and is now recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. After years of concerns and complaints, New Brunswick is launching a task force to address the growing problem of homelessness.
There's no question our big centers are seeing a bigger impact of chronic homelessness. Moncton sitting at 511 people living chronically on the street is something that we need to respond to.
From mental health and addictions and social development, public safety, housing, and myself as local government, I think that really proves that this government is committed to putting in the work and making the changes. That's 5 out of a 19-member cabinet, so it's a very big group.
The new provincial task force will see coordinated efforts from 5 separate departments. The province says there are close to 1,000 people experiencing chronic homelessness. Right away, the focus will be on immediate measures to try and bring those numbers down while laying the foundation for systemic change. Andrew Furey has a new role with Newfound Gold, a company aiming to mine for gold in central Newfoundland. The former Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador is now an independent director of the company's board. A news release says Furey's appointment is effective immediately. Furey shocked the province earlier this year when he announced his intention to resign as Premier and return to medicine. Finally, they are cooking again at Covered Bridge. The New Brunswick potato chip producer is up and running after a tumultuous period, including a destructive plant fire and some leadership changes. Employees are back too. The company rehired everyone it could. There's now 110 people on staff.
It's been hard, but our staff and team's been resilient. Very proud of the work. Everybody just rolled up their sleeves and just looked at it as another challenge, and we got the job done.
The fire hasn't been the only challenge. U.S. tariffs have also had an effect. Although the potatoes are all from maritime fields, the cost of things like production equipment, even avocado oil, have increased. But nice to see it back after that
great news.
Fire.
Oh my gosh, I love Covered Bridge chips. Chips, I have to say, are a bit of a weakness for me. I really love a good potato chip.
Oh, yeah.
And
Once
then,
you start, you can't stop.
Oh my goodness, that's the thing. Oh my gosh, love chips, and great news there. Okay, this is also great news. If you haven't heard, your morning just got a whole lot richer. We are giving away a staggering $20,000. Now just think about it. What would you do with an extra 20 grand? You could do whatever you like, pay off bills, buy a dream home. The possibilities are endless and up to you. So today's code word is it's happy. So all you have to do is head to the contest page on our website, ctvatlantic.ca. If you want to win $20,000, insert that word happy onto the website or onto a QR code, which is going to pop up in just a moment. The code word again, happy. 20 grand is yours if you win the contest, and you'll only have a chance if you do enter. Happy is the code word. There is the QR code we promised. There's our website. Enter as many times as you like, but only one code word. Well, only one entry per day, actually. One entry per day. And as many times as you like, as long as the contest goes. All right, we'll be back right after this.
Welcome back, Atlantic Canada, and happy Wednesday. The time now is 6:11. We're taking a live look at McAdam. A cool start to the day, only 6 degrees as of right now, but we will be seeing above seasonal daytime highs headed your way with lots of sunshine as the sun begins to rise. We are going to see a cooler start to the day for parts of the region, but temperatures will be warming up, as I mentioned, above seasonal daytime highs for much of Atlantic Canada today. 9 degrees as of right now for Labrador City, with 8 into St. John's. 7 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, 11 early this morning in Charlottetown, with 10 in Halifax and 7 into Sydney. Over to our forecast timeline. Not really much to show you within the Maritime region. We are seeing a bit of fog early this morning that will dissipate a little bit later, and seeing sunny, dry conditions remain for all 3 Maritime provinces today. For Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing a chance of some spotty showers early this morning, but we'll also see a bit of sunshine starting off your day. And then into the afternoon, increasing chance of precipitation for Labrador, still seeing some lingering showers for parts of Newfoundland. And then into the afternoon for the Maritime region, could see increasing cloudiness, still being left with mainly sunny skies. Into the evening and overnight hours, partly cloudy skies return, taking us into early Wednesday morning. We do have another sunny day ahead for much of the region, but we'll be seeing a chance of some isolated showers returning into Thursday. That's what I mean. Today is Wednesday. All right, so if you're wondering about precipitation for Labrador, going to see an additional 2 to 30 millimeters for parts of that province. For today, New Brunswick's looking at daytime highs between 25 to 27 degrees. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. Light wind out of the southwest, only 15 kilometers per hour. A high of 25 degrees for Prince Edward Island, seeing lots of sunshine across the island today as well. Same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, with a high of 25 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, increasing cloudiness this afternoon, still being left with mainly sunny skies with a high of 25. Newfoundland and Labrador looking at a chance of showers early this morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. We'll be seeing a chance of showers return into the evening with a high of 23 degrees today. 18 into St. John's, Newfoundland, also seeing a chance of showers early this morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. For our forecast on Thursday, we do have some isolated showers returning to parts of Nova Scotia, mainland Nova Scotia, into the Tri-County area. And then into the evening, seeing a chance of showers spread across Nova Scotia into the northern region of New Brunswick, excuse me. And then into Friday, we are going to see some looming shower activity for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. For the Maritime region, still seeing some lingering isolated showers as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to Amanda for your national and international headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:14. One of the country's highest profile politicians, Chrystia Freeland, has announced she is resigning from cabinet. The move prompted a mini cabinet shuffle at Rideau Hall. CTV's Mike LeCouture has more on what's next for Freeland and who is taking on her internal trade and transport duties.
Chrystia Freeland left her final cabinet meeting with Prime Minister Mark Carney, signaling an amicable departure. Now, details of her new job only came in a statement from Carney, saying, "I have asked Chrystia to serve as Canada's new special representative for the reconstruction of Ukraine." A source speaking on background says Freeland will work with Ukrainian leaders to rebuild its economy.
The work that Chrystia will lead on Ukraine will be deeply impactful, not just for the war, but for Canada's national security.
Since 2013, Freeland has been linked to Justin Trudeau, handling key portfolios and becoming the country's first ever female finance minister.
Chrystia, what the are you doing in Alberta?
She also became a divisive political figure because of those ties to Trudeau.
She's probably trying to get out of town and as far away as possible before this disastrous November budget comes, and I don't blame her.
In her first resignation from cabinet last December, she wrote a blistering letter criticizing Trudeau for costly political gimmicks. That led to his resignation as prime minister less than a month later. Freeland ran for the Liberal leadership, but came in a distant second to Mark Carney. In a statement, Freeland thanked her constituents and praised the current prime minister, saying Mark Carney is a unifier in a time of crisis, and I have absolute confidence in his ability to lead us through it. Ontario's premier also praised her time in cabinet.
She's always a friend. I talk to her almost daily, bi-daily, and she's a good person, and she'll do a great job over in Ukraine, and I support her all the way.
Late this afternoon, we learned who will fill the void in cabinet. The minister in charge of Canada-U.S. trade, Dominic LeBlanc, will now take over on internal trade, and the transport file will be handed to Government House Leader Steve McKinnon.
Mike LeCouture reporting in Ottawa. New cost of living data highlights the state of the country's economy. While inflation rose last month, the increase was far below what economists had predicted. But food inflation, especially soaring beef prices, continues to outpace overall inflation, leaving Canadians feeling the pinch at the checkout. CTV's Kathy Lee has more.
Once a staple for family meals, these cuts of beef now luxury items.
I've definitely seen an increase in price, especially beef.
The meats are gone up. You can hardly afford to buy anything other than probably hamburgers or chicken. Even hamburgers getting more expensive.
Stats Canada data shows food prices rose 3.4% from a year earlier. And while the price of fruits and veggies are down, the cost of meat surged by 7.2%, including a 12.7% spike for fresh or frozen beef. Consumers aren't just the ones feeling the sticker shock. So are businesses like the Ribeye Butcher Shop.
It really was a shock to the system that not only we had to absorb, but the customers had to absorb as well.
Experts say rising beef prices trace back to dry weather in the U.S. Midwest and Western Canada a few years ago. The feed shortage forced farmers to shrink their herds, driving up costs.
There are fewer cows, and cows are really the factory of the beef industry. We have to rebuild our beef herd.
The cost of beef and other groceries, a key piece of the inflation puzzle. Stats Canada shows the country's inflation rate rose to 1.9% last month, mostly due to lower gas prices.
The economy has been slowing down in Canada, primarily owing to the trade war with the U.S. and with the fact that inflation seems to have stabilized.
The inflation rate came in just shy of the 2% increase economists had expected, setting the stage for an anticipated interest rate cut by the Bank of Canada.
CTV's Kathy Lee reporting. Finally, tributes are pouring in for legendary actor, filmmaker, and environmentalist Robert Redford. Redford died yesterday at the age of 89. He was best known as a go-to leading man of the late 1960s and 70s, starring in films like The Way We Were and All the President's Men. Redford was the driving force behind the iconic Sundance Film Festival, named after his character from the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. His publicist says he died at his home in Utah, surrounded by family.
Use enough dynamite there, Butch?
A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. Coming up next, your TSN must-see moment. It's coming up.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It's 6:22, and we want you to connect with us anytime you like. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca. That's our new email address. Send us comments, photos, videos, and now you can text us at 10400. Simply just open up a new text window, put that number in, and you'll be directed on how to text us. But standard messaging rates do apply.
All right, well, it's time now to check in with our colleagues over at TSN for their must-see moment.
Hello, everyone. Glenn Sheeler inside the TSN Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. And for that, we're going over to Italy. Champions League action. Juventus taking on Dortmund. Kenan Yildiz lets one go from outside the penalty area, and it is beautiful. Perfectly put in the top corner. Nothing the keeper could do about that. This match was crazy. It finished 4-4 with Juventus scoring twice in added time to tie it, but it was Yildiz with your must-see moment from Tuesday. Tonight on TSN, WNBA playoffs doubleheader, starting with Game 2 between the Mercury and Liberty. Coverage begins 6 p.m. Central. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
New member of the team for us. Great to have our friends from TSN joining us too. So that's another thing we could do with our new hour is offer some sports news sometimes.
Absolutely.
Love that.
And we did talk about the passing of Robert Redford. We're going to have more details and entertainment news coming up a little bit later as well. So we have some news segments here. We've also included the Move Morning Chat with our colleagues from radio.
Yes.
Talking about different topics of the day. We're going to have today's topic coming up in just a few minutes. minutes. But what's been exciting is we have a way that you can communicate with us, a new way besides email. You can text us.
Yeah, we like this.
10400. You had just mentioned it.
10400. It's really easy. I tried it for the first time, and you do have to go through a couple little steps, but there it is how you can connect with us. So yes, it's 10400. Standard messaging rates apply, but in my case, doesn't cost anything. My plan allows for texting.
Yes, most do
Your
these
Morning
days.
Atlantic, but it depends on your plan. But Your Morning Atlantic is also the new email.
Yes.
Slug, so that you can let us know what's going on with you. And we do love to hear from you.
Yeah, and worth noting, when you first send a text to that number, it's going to ask you what region you're watching from. And of course, we are Atlantic. And then once you set it up once, good
It'll
to
go
go.
straight over to us, which is great.
Yeah. So text us early and often. We love that. Okay, what's your favorite part of the news show? It's been now day 3.
Ooh, okay. I am, of course, the news anchor. I love that I get to have more news because before I'd only have every half hour, a 4-minute block, and I'm trying to bring you all the information you need first thing in the morning. Before you head out the door, I want to bring you local news, but sometimes there's some really pressing national and international news. Now that we have that section, I can bring you that news along with your local news to start the day. I love that.
Yep, I love that I love being as informative as you can for people. What about you?
I was definitely gonna say the new rebrand. I love that it's fresh, it's modernized, and it's really cool to see some of our new video sequences and just spending more time with you ladies in the morning with coffee as well.
Yeah, well, that's never going to change. I love the new set, and some people have said, oh, your old chairs look comfier. Okay, people at home, these chairs are actually comfier.
They are.
Because they let us sit up nice and straight. The old ones, you kind of had to sit up yourself.
Yes.
These, like, you know, when a couch is too deep and they kind of need cushions to support your back, these have beautiful lumbar support. They're very comfortable.
Yes.
So and that's just one of the reasons why I like the new set. So yeah, I know. We'd love to hear what you like about the new show too. You can let us know by email or now text.
10400. Latavia, when I was looking at the forecast today, the daytime highs so high.
Oh my goodness, factor in the humidity. Some areas are gonna feel more like 30.
Wow.
Humidity's back?
Yes, it is.
Okay, humidity, you can just go home.
Don't worry, it's gonna cool off by the end of this work week. As you can see here for New Brunswick, 27 degrees is your daytime high. We are gonna see increasing cloudiness this afternoon. Still being left with mainly sunny skies, a high of 24 on Thursday. We are going to see a chance of some isolated showers return into the evening. And then Friday, temperatures will cool off. 20 degrees is your daytime high, seeing a bit of sunny breaks, but also isolated showers expected, cooling down for your low 3 degrees. Nova Scotia, lots of sunshine today with a high of 25, 21 on Thursday. A mix of sun and cloud for Cape Breton, isolated showers for the remainder of the province. And then on Friday, a high of 20 degrees, a mix of sun and cloud with isolated showers into the afternoon. Wednesday, sunshine for Prince Edward Island, a high of 25, 23 degrees on Thursday, cloudy skies. And then on Friday, looking at a high of 15 degrees, so much cooler with scattered showers across the island.
Coming up in 15 minutes, the Move Morning Chat. Going to the video store to pick out a movie was a rite of passage for many of us, but most kids today have never had to suffer the disappointment of all the new releases being rented. We'll look at what else kids would baffle at about the generation that was just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada at 6:30 on your Wednesday morning, September 17th. Oh, the days of Blockbuster, Be Kind, and Rewind.
Yes, oh my goodness, love
going through the bins to try to get those rented movies or DVDs at a discount.
Yeah, or just Blockbuster was a big store, but even just a little corner store would have videos.
So much
and then
fun.
later DVDs.
Yes, and going to the restricted section for kids, which was horror for me.
Really?
Not what you were thinking about, Amanda.
It's too early for that. You're taking this chat everywhere right now. No, just the horror section for kids, which would be like, what, Goosebumps?
Well, Goosebumps wouldn't be in that section, but I'm talking about like Hellraiser and A Nightmare on Elm
come on.
Street.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Child's Play.
Wow.
Yeah.
Latavia, you've been loving
Those
horror.
are too scary for me now.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah. I was impressed. I told Latavia, I said, I saw Sinners, and I felt so brave for watching Sinners.
I was very proud.
Well, I do miss Blockbuster.
Yes,
that was a treat. It was just kind of like a ritual. You'd go, you'd pick out a movie, maybe if you were like your parents or you know, your partner were really generous. You're like, hey, we're gonna buy the licorice here. Instead of going to the dollar store,
right?
Get the popcorn.
Good date night. I remember when they started closing down and how sad it was. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
An end of an era.
I still see that location, Lower Sackville on Sackville Drive, thinking, back in my day, that was a blockbuster.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be great chat in a bit.
Yes.
Right now,
Very
though,
excited.
I saw your 3-day. Looks like some changes are coming. You'll get to that later, but...
Yes, but we are going to start off today a bit cool, Crystal, but then temperatures will be rising a little bit later on, and lots of sunshine in store for you today. Here's a live look at Antigonish. The sun is rising as of right now. You're going to be greeted with lots of sunshine a little bit later on. Sunny, dry conditions remain for all 3 maritime provinces today. It is quite cool, though, starting off the day as of right now, 7 in Fredericton, 11 degrees in Halifax. Early this morning is 10 degrees, rather, in Halifax, 11 in Charlottetown, with 7 into Sydney, 8 degrees in St. John's. You can see here pretty clear skies for the maritime region, and seeing sunshine early this morning for parts of Newfoundland. We are going to see some wet weather track across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador as well, though. But because of the sunshine, we're still keeping in mind sun safety when heading out. The UV index remains high across all 3 maritime provinces, taking just a bit of a dip for Newfoundland and Labrador due to precipitation today. It is going to track low to moderate throughout your day. Light wind for all 3 maritime provinces as of right now out of the southwest, 17 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 11 into Grand Etang, with no wind gusts to notify you of. We'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first, a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Nova Scotia RCMP plan to announce charges today resulting from a 4-year investigation into allegations of sexual assaults at a youth correctional facility. In July 2023, the Mounties confirmed they were investigating at least 70 cases of alleged sexual assault at the Nova Scotia Youth Centre in Waterville. At the time, they said the investigation had started in early 2019, and the complaints related to alleged assaults between 1988 and 2017. At the time, all 70 cases involved males, but the Mounties are expecting more people to come forward. The RCMP news conference is scheduled to start at 11 a.m. Labor troubles are brewing at another maritime university. Part-time faculty at St. Mary's voted 87% in favor of job action last week after negotiations with the school hit an impasse. Job security and wages are key issues. The union says part-time faculty at SMU are among the lowest paid university instructors across the province. Along with the money, CUPE is asking for guaranteed work for instructors who have taught for at least 3 consecutive years. Meantime, classes are set to resume at Dalhousie University on Tuesday, but there are questions about what this fall semester will look like. After a month-long labor dispute, Dalhousie University and its Faculty Association reached a tentative agreement yesterday. Faculty have yet to vote on it, and details of the agreement have not been released. If the deal is ratified, faculty members will return to work tomorrow, with classes expected to resume on the 23rd. The president of the student union says students still want tuition refunds for lost classroom time. A 30-year-old New Brunswick woman charged with assault and the stabbing of a police officer is to return to court tomorrow for a bail hearing. St. John police say the woman appeared in court yesterday, where she was also charged with obstruction and causing a disturbance. Police say officers responded Monday to a disturbance at a business in the area of Galbraith Place. Police say as officers made attempts to talk to the suspect, an officer was stabbed and is now recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. A school district in New Brunswick has had 2 of its electric buses recalled because of safety concerns. Anglophone East notified parents of the safety recall involving buses from a Quebec-based company on Monday. 2 bus routes with students from 4 Moncton schools were canceled. The district secured temporary resources from the province for Tuesday. CTV News did reach out to the Department of Education to see if the recall is impacting other districts across the province, but did not hear back by news time. Andrew Furey has a new role with Newfound Gold, a company aiming to mine for gold in central Newfoundland. The former Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador is now an independent director of the company's board. A news release says Furey's appointment is effective immediately. Furey shocked the province earlier this year when he announced his intention to resign as Premier and return to medicine. Finally, this is a sign of the times. No more bottled beer from Moosehead. By year's end, St. John's Moosehead Brewery will stop producing bottled beer and focus exclusively on cans and kegs. Moosehead President and CEO Andrew Olin says the decision reflects the times. According to Moosehead, just 7% of beer drinkers in Canada are twisting off a bottle cap, compared to 85% who are cracking open a can. The amount of can consumers has also increased by 20% just in the last 5 years. Now, the company intends to expand its canning capability at the plant. The final bottle run will happen in December and stay on shelves until they're gone. It is a change.
Bottles.
I know, clink, clink, clink.
Even like Coke in a bottle just tastes so much better than a can, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But apparently, fewer people are drinking from the bottles.
Yeah, all right.
I know, classic change.
Changes. Okay, grown-ups have smartwatches, many do, but babies can now have smart pacifiers. This might be interesting to you, Latavia. So researchers have developed a pacifier equipped with microphones and sensors. It can detect information about a baby's lung development and breathing. Real-time info can help doctors treat possible breathing issues sooner. So these probably are more for testing than just general commuter use. I would love to see pacifiers that maybe just have extra calming qualities.
Yeah, roll that out, yeah. And also they have like pacifier thermometers. I've seen those.
Yes.
My kids didn't like pacifiers, so that was something I bought a bunch of and tried a bunch. They were like,
same. My kids never used them.
Yeah, they like to chew on other things instead now.
But that is not the norm. Most kids love it.
Yeah, and it can be hard to get them off of soothers.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, we call it a soother as well.
Yeah. What other people call them? What? Bubbas?
Pacifier.
Tons of names.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take another break on this Wednesday. We hope you'll stick around. Today's Move Morning Chat is a good one. We want to hear from you. But first, Latavia has the full forecast after this break as we take a live look at the Masstown Market. Great stopping spot. If you haven't had the chowder there, I highly recommend it. It may change your life.
Oh, no, the ice cream cones.
Oh, the ice cream cones. All right, we're taking a trip to Masstown. Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back.
Happy Wednesday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:44. We're taking a live look at Officers Square in Fredericton. Bit of a dark start to the day. Sunshine is on its way. Currently 7 degrees and above seasonal daytime high headed your way as well. So things are going to heat up across parts of Atlantic Canada today. But as of right now, it is a bit cool starting off your day. So something to keep in mind when you are heading out on your early morning commute. As of right now, 9 degrees heading outdoors in Labrador City, 8 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, 11 right now in Charlottetown with 10 degrees in Halifax and 7 into Sydney. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of fog early this morning. Will dissipate, seeing sunny, dry conditions for all 3 maritime provinces. We are starting off the day early this morning with a chance of some showers for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, but also seeing some sunshine early this morning in Newfoundland. So into the afternoon, much of the same expected. We could see some increasing cloudiness for the maritime region, still being left with mainly sunny skies. A light wind as well into the afternoon. We will be seeing a chance of showers increase for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, taking us into the evening and overnight hours tonight. A few clouds return, fog patches expected to develop yet again, bringing us into early Thursday morning. We do have a sunny, nice, beautiful day ahead, but also seeing a chance of some isolated showers returning for parts of the maritime region. In terms of precipitation, if you're wondering how much we're going to see. Only looking at an additional 2 to 5 millimeters for much of the Labrador. Could see 20 to 30 millimeters, though. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick, looking at daytime highs between 25 to 27 degrees, being the warmest into Fredericton, Bathurst, and Moncton. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. We will be seeing increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, still being left with mainly sunny skies. Lots of sunshine in store for you today for Prince Edward Island with a high of 25. We are looking at the wind pretty light out of the southwest, 20 kilometers per hour. And then for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, high of 25 degrees today. Lots of sunshine throughout your day and light wind. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a high of 25. Seeing increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, still seeing mainly sunny skies. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, a chance of showers early this morning. That will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 23 degrees for Labrador City. 18 for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a chance of showers also starting off the day into the afternoon, seeing a mix of sun and cloud. So we will be seeing a chance of showers return for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador into Thursday's forecast, but we will be seeing a mix of sun and cloud for parts of the region, increasing cloudiness with a chance of some isolated showers returning first into parts of Nova Scotia, and then into the evening, seeing that chance of showers spread across parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Taking us into Friday, we are going to see temperatures start to cool down, and the lows are looking quite cool. All right, now we're going to take a moment to look at our Move Morning Chat.
Listen to this.
It's the Move Morning Chat with our friends Aaron and Peter in radio. Good morning. What is the topic of today?
Well, things we did as kids that kids today would never understand. This is a big topic happening on TikTok right now. One user threw it out there to anyone over the age of 30 to talk about things that we did as kids that kids today just wouldn't get. For example, ordering anything from a catalog. Remember back in the day, you'd order from the catalog. Yep. You'd have to wait 8 weeks to go and pick it up. When kids today, they have Amazon Prime, and they expect that at their front door the next day.
Crazy, yeah. I'll give you another one. If you remember dial-up internet, which I'm sure most of us do, but kids these days, try explaining to them that you could be on the internet, on your dial-up, and if your dad picked up the phone in the middle of whatever you were looking at, you lost your connection. That was it. You weren't going to get it back. You had to scream at your dad to get off the phone. And so you could get back on the internet. Kids these days don't know from that. No way.
Kids these days. And also the parent who said, I need you to not use the internet because I'm waiting for a very important phone call. Yeah. For me, when I think about the phone, I think about if you wanted to get the movie times locally, you either looked in your newspaper or there was a movie line that you could call to get the show times. And then you'd have to make sure you were at the theater way in advance to make sure you got that seat that you wanted.
Oh my goodness, what a time to be alive. For me, it's definitely that. Thinking about the fact that we personally didn't have cell phones back then, let alone cell phones with color, no social media. We also didn't have a lot of the toys that we had back then to play with, because now a lot of the things are digital. It's wild to think about.
I want to take you back to that movie line just for a second, Amanda. Here in radio, we had to record those calls that you were listening to. Now, from your point of view, you were watching or listening for one particular movie. You might have to wait 5 minutes to find out when that movie was playing. From our perspective, when we were recording them, if we made a mistake other than a little stutter here and there, we had to go back to the beginning and start recording it all over again. I mean, kids would not understand any of that today.
Or the new radio show hosts. Okay, you're asking your viewers that, we're asking ours as well. It's the Move Morning Chat. What is something you did as a kid that kids today would never understand? Please send us a text at 10400. Standard message and data rates apply. Thanks, Aaron and Peter.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Your entertainment headlines.
Fonda, in a statement, said he, quote, was a beautiful person in every way. He stood for an America we have to keep fighting for. Meryl Streep, who starred alongside Redford in 1985's Out of Africa, said, "One of the lions has passed. Rest in peace, my lovely friend." And The Way We Were co-star Barbara Streisand in a statement said, "Bob was charismatic, intelligent, intense, and always interesting, and one of the finest actors ever." Redford's extensive film credits include All the President's Men, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Natural, and The Sting. He won the Best Director Oscar for 1980's Ordinary People and founded the Sundance Film Festival to highlight independent cinema. Redford was 89 years old.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
The box office hit Superman, which raked in over $600 million earlier this summer, is now set to stream on HBO Max this Friday.
This is a reset. A different company, a different culture.
Season 4 of The Morning Show premieres today on Apple TV+. Star Mark Duplass says the series delves into a controversial new technology this season.
We're experiencing an incredible amount of anxiety about what's real and what's not with the advent of AI into the news world.
Rapper Cardi B has announced she's going on tour early next year. It's called the Little Miss Drama Tour. It's set to kick off in February, running through April. And you may know him as Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights. Happy birthday to Kyle Chandler, who turned 60 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News. That's your entertainment headlines. Happening now in local news. Nova Scotia RCMP plan to announce charges later today resulting from a 4-year investigation into allegations of sexual assaults at a youth correctional facility. Plus, after years of concerns and complaints, New Brunswick is launching a task force to address the growing problem of homelessness. And in Newfoundland, Andrew Fury has a new role with Newfound Gold, a company aiming to mine for gold in central Newfoundland. Your top news headlines just ahead, as well as your national news headlines. But first, it's a look at the very warm 3-day forecast with Latavia as we inch toward the end of the summer season. Latavia.
Can you believe it, Amanda? All right, lots of sunshine for New Brunswick today. We do have a high of 27. Factor in that humidex, going to feel like 30 for parts of the province. On Thursday, a high of 24 degrees. We are going to see a mix of sun and cloud, but we do have a chance of some isolated showers returning into the evening. And then on Friday, a high of 20. We do have a mix of sun and cloud yet again. Starting off the day, isolated showers will move in for the province into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, a high of 25 today. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. Into Thursday, we do have a mix of sun and cloud expected for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. Isolated showers on and off throughout the day for the rest of Nova Scotia with a high of 21. A cold front will move in on Friday, cooling things down. A high of 20 degrees, a low of 7 into the overnight hours, but seeing lots of sunshine throughout the day. We do have a chance of isolated showers yet again for the afternoon. Prince Edward Island looking at a high of 25, and lots of sunshine throughout your day. And into Thursday, increasing cloudiness throughout the day with a high of 23, 15 on Friday. Scattered showers expected with a low of 7. So that's a look at your 3-day forecast. Make sure to connect with us.
Up next in your news headlines, RCMP to announce charges after investigating alleged sex assaults at a youth facility in Nova Scotia. Your top news headlines just ahead.
Color earlier than usual, and dry conditions are to blame. An expert from UNB explains a little more in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Welcome back, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7 o'clock on your Wednesday, September 17th. Time is flying by. Can you believe it?
It is. Here we are, September. Well past mid now.
Yes, end of summer season as of Monday. The fall equinox takes effect at 3:19 p.m. Atlantic. So things are changing.
Okay.
Things are changing. I'm starting to see some people in my neighborhood put out their fall decor outside. But as much as fall is just around the corner, it is feeling not only like summer, like warm, hot.
Yes.
Nice.
It's hot.
Bringing out the shorts.
Especially today, we're really, so the humidity's coming back.
Yes, for today, we will be seeing humidity play a factor within the Maritime region. Above seasonal daytime highs today. Some some feeling like 30 when you factor in that humidity. So it's going to be quite a scorcher today for parts of the region, to say the least, really. But it is a cool start to the day. We will take a look at the Halifax Harbor early this morning. Beautiful sunrise starting off your day. Not too bad starting off your day in Halifax, though. It is 10 degrees as of right now. And as I mentioned, temperatures will be heating up this afternoon. So layers, that is the key for today. Starting off a bit cooler, warming up a little bit later. So just make sure to have those layers early this morning, and you'll be shedding them into the afternoon. In terms of our current temperatures, currently 9 degrees heading outdoors in Labrador City with 8 into St. John's. 7 degrees right now early this morning in Fredericton with 11 in Charlottetown, 7 in Sydney. Over to our satellite and radar, we do have some precipitation moving across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador early this morning, but also seeing lots of sunshine as the sun rises, and that will be sticking around into the afternoon. So we're going to talk about, yet again, the UV index. It is tracking high across all 3 maritime provinces. Keep in mind sun safety when heading out. The UV index has dipped just a bit for Newfoundland and Labrador due to precipitation, but still going to track low to moderate throughout your day. In terms of the wind, out of the southwest this morning, 17 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 11 into Grand Detang. No wind gusts to report. And we'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead. But first, a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Nova Scotia RCMP plan to announce charges today resulting from a 4-year investigation into allegations of sexual assaults at a youth correctional facility. In July 2023, the Mounties confirmed they were investigating at least 70 cases of alleged sexual assault at the Nova Scotia Youth Centre in Waterville. At the time, they said the investigation had started in early 2019, and the complaints related to alleged assaults between 1988 and 2017. At the time, all 70 cases involved males, but the Mounties were expecting more people to come forward. The RCMP news conference is scheduled to start at 11 a.m. Classes are set to resume at Dalhousie University on Tuesday, but there are questions about what the fall semester will look like.
What the timelines will be like, what their schedule is, what the syllabuses are going to look like, if it's going to be condensed, what reading break looks like. So there's a lot of concerns about what the workload will look like for the semester.
After a month-long labor dispute, Dalhousie University and its Faculty Association reached a tentative agreement yesterday. Faculty have yet to vote on it, and details of the agreement have not been released publicly. If the deal is ratified, faculty members will return to work tomorrow, with classes expected to resume on the 23rd. The president of the student union says students still want tuition refunds for lost classroom time. Labor troubles are brewing at another maritime university. Part-time faculty at St. Mary's voted 87% in favor of job action last week after negotiations with the school hit an impasse. Job security and wages are key issues. The union says part-time faculty at SMU are among the lowest paid university instructors across the country, earning just over $6,000 per course per term. Along with the money, CUPE is asking for guaranteed work for instructors who have taught for at least 3 consecutive years. A 30-year-old New Brunswick woman charged with assault and the stabbing of a police officer is to return to court tomorrow for a bail hearing. St. John police say the woman appeared in court yesterday, where she was also charged with obstruction and causing a disturbance. Police say officers responded Monday to a disturbance at a business in the area of Galbraith Place. Police say as officers made attempts to talk to the suspect, an officer was stabbed and is now recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. After years of concerns and complaints, New Brunswick is launching a task force to address the growing problem of homelessness.
There's no question our big centers are seeing a bigger impact of chronic homelessness. Moncton sitting at 511 people living chronically on the street is something that we need to respond to.
From mental health and addictions and social development, public safety, housing, and myself as local government, I think that really proves that this government is committed to putting in the work and making the changes. That's 5 out of a 19-member cabinet, so it's a very big group.
The new provincial task force will see coordinated efforts from 5 separate departments. The province says there are close to 1,000 people experiencing chronic homelessness in New Brunswick. Right away, the focus will be on immediate measures to try and bring those numbers down while laying the foundation for systemic change. Andrew Furey has a new role with Newfound Gold, a company aiming to mine for gold in central Newfoundland. The former Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador is now an independent director of the company's board. A news release says Furey's appointment is effective immediately. Fury shocked the province earlier this year when he announced his intention to resign as premier and return to medicine. You might have seen these around. Have you ever worn a weighted vest? It's all the rage for walking, but not as popular for running. I mean, they are heavy, but one man wore it while running a race, and he did really well. Tanner McKay of Iowa beat the Guinness World Record for the fastest 10K wearing a 20-pound vest. He beat the current world record at the Mighty Mo Run over the weekend with a time of 48 minutes and 8 seconds. That smashes the old record by over 4 minutes. The previous record was held by an Egyptian runner who set it earlier this year.
Great job.
I know.
All the calories you're burning.
I know.
I don't know. I don't know if my shins could take it.
I don't know if my back could.
I know, but I am being influenced. I am seeing women that I follow on social media wearing the weighted vest for their walks, and I have been considering it. But my husband, have you? My husband's kind of joking about it now, so I don't know if I want to.
You want to know a fun fact?
Yes.
I could beat that record. I carry around 30 pounds, so add 2, that's 60 pounds. Right there.
Right there.
See that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the weighted vests are for walking, not running a 10K.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard they're great. Heard they're great. You know what? If you want a weighted vest, you could buy a whole lot of them if you win this next contest.
Oh, I know.
Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Just think about what you could do with an extra 20 grand. You could get a dream home, do the renovations, pay some bills. You wouldn't be able to buy the whole dream home, but at least maybe a down payment.
Yeah. And weighted vest for you and all your friends.
For all your friends.
You could be a weighted vest walking group.
Exactly. A weighted vest nation. Anyway, the code word is happy. And you have to head to the contest page on ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code that'll just be coming up on your screen in a second. 20K, a big bag of money. We're giving it to you in gold coins and a big sack. No, I'm joking. That would be fun, though. The word is happy. All you have to do is go to our website and plug that in or scan that QR code and enter a little more info, and you'll be entered to win. We'll have a fresh code word tomorrow, so please do tune in.
Well, happy. That's going to make someone very happy.
Yes, very happy.
Still ahead, Latavia has more details on the very warm, hot midweek forecast. And still to come this half hour, a sign of the fall season. Leaves are changing color and dropping earlier than usual. After national news, an expert from UNB will explain. But up next, your local forecast, and then national headlines.
Beautiful sunrise starting off your day over in South Maitland. Welcome back, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7:12. A cool start over there, though. 4 degrees as of right now, but above seasonal daytime high of 25 is headed your way. A cool start to the day for parts of the region, so you may want to layer up before heading outdoors. You'll be shedding those layers for much of Atlantic Canada a little bit later on. But as of right now, 8 degrees heading outdoors in Labrador City, 10 degrees actually over there, 8 in St. John's, 7 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton and in Sydney, with 13 early this morning in Charlottetown, 11 in Halifax. Lots of sunshine starting off your day for all 3 maritime provinces, seeing that sunshine extend over to parts of Newfoundland. We do have precipitation in our forecast as well, looking at a chance of some showers for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, around a 40% chance of it happening early this morning. And then into the afternoon, we will be seeing increasing cloudiness for parts of the region, still being left with mainly sunny skies for the Maritimes. And into the evening and overnight hours, a few clouds will return. Fog patches will develop yet again, taking us into early Thursday morning. We have another sunny day ahead for much of the region, but we do have some isolated showers that will track across parts of the Maritimes. If you're wondering about the precipitation for Labrador, looking at around 2 to 30 millimeters of additional rainfall today. So for forecast today for New Brunswick, lots of sunshine throughout your day. Highs will range from 25 to 27 degrees and light wind out of the southwest, 15 kilometers per hour. A high of 25 degrees across Prince Edward Island today. Lots of sunshine for you as well. Pretty light wind, only 20 kilometers per hour expected. For Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, much of the same, 25 degrees and lots of sunshine stretching across Nova Scotia today. Increasing cloudiness for this part of the province, still being left with mainly sunny skies with a high, yet again, of 25. A high of 23 degrees for Labrador City. Starting off the day with a chance of showers that will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Seeing another chance of showers returning into the evening with a high of 18 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Starting off the day with a chance of showers as well, clearing out, leaving sunshine into your afternoon. Thursday's forecast still going to remain relatively warm, still above seasonal for much of the region. A bit of a cloudier day ahead. Still seeing some sunny breaks, but we do have isolated showers returning for parts of Nova Scotia. And then into the evening, seeing a chance of isolated showers returning for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Also still seeing those lingering showers continue for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Temperatures really cooling down into Friday, though. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to Amanda for your national and international headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. In Ottawa, Chrystia Freeland is preparing to take on a new role as Canada's special envoy for the reconstruction of Ukraine. Freeland announced a resignation from Mark Carney's cabinet yesterday, prompting a sudden mini-shuffle of minister roles to fill her vacancy. Beauséjour MP and Intergovernmental Affairs Minister Dominic LeBlanc is now adding the Internal Trade Minister portfolio to his work, while House Leader Stephen McKinnon is taking over transport. Freeland says she's leaving politics with gratitude and a little sadness after 12 years in public office. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre suggested her move may also be timed to avoid Canada's challenging fall budget. Higher cost of living means more people are having a tougher time buying the basics. Food Banks Canada says the number of Canadians living in poverty or facing food insecurity has surged almost 40% in the past 2 years.
What we're seeing now is low-income folks are spending well above 50% of their entire income on housing, on rent, and there just isn't any give left in their monthly budget.
The organization's 2025 Poverty Report Card gives Canada a failing grade on food insecurity and unemployment, but it did give Ottawa credit for progress on school, food programs, along with dental and pharmacare. Cinematic icon Robert Redford captivated audiences for more than half a century. And as CTV's Andrea Case reports, his passing leaves a legacy far beyond Hollywood.
There are movie stars, and then there was Charles Robert Redford Jr. Born in Santa Monica, California in 1936, his acting career began on television in 1959. He moved on to Broadway, and then came the movies. His good looks cemented his leading man status. But Redford was more than just a pretty face, and turned down acting roles which he thought would stereotype him.
Well, that ought to do it. Use enough dynamite there, Butch?
Robert Redford was someone who I think wasn't always given credit for his enormous talent as an actor, simply because he was too good looking. He had the Brad Pitt syndrome that people, I think, for a while just refused to take him as seriously as he deserved to be taken as an actor. But then you look at those films and you place them back to back to back. You see how different they all are, and you see that the common link is Robert Redford.
Marvin, what do we do now?
He made his directorial debut with the family drama Ordinary People in 1980. It garnered him his first Academy Award. Redford stood for many issues, his star power attracting attention to causes which included political activism, the environment, Native American and Indigenous peoples' rights, and LGBTQ rights. In 1981, he created the Sundance Institute, named after his Sundance character, and in 1985, the Sundance Film Festival was born, taking place where he lived in Utah in the middle of winter.
Our job and our role is to create a space and a platform to bring new voices and new ways of seeing the world using independent film.
Redford was married twice and had 4 children and 7 grandchildren. He died in his sleep this morning at home in Utah, surrounded by those he loved. Robert Redford was 89.
CTV's Andrea Case reporting a short break, but when we return, an expert from UNB explains why the leaves are changing color earlier than normal. Please stay with us.
With Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It's now at 7:23. Now, if you think the fall colors are arriving earlier than usual this season, you're not alone. A hot, dry summer is the reason why the leaves on trees are turning early. Here with more on how the dry conditions are impacting Atlantic Canadian forests is Dr. Anthony Taylor, an associate professor of forest ecology and management at UNB in Fredericton. Good morning.
Morning, Crystal.
So we've had a very dry summer. We're seeing the leaves changing color early. We've had more wildfires than usual. To what degree is this the new normal because of climate change?
Well, I think human-caused climate change has certainly had a hand in it, and I hope it doesn't become the new normal. But it's been an extraordinary year climate-wise in the Maritimes. Like over the summer, most of the region experienced half the amount of normal precipitation, and even parts of the region received less than a quarter of the amount of normal precipitation. And so that on its own would have a drastic effect on the forest and farming in the region. But when you combine that with warmer than average temperatures, that really exacerbates the problem.
Yes, your focus is on forest management strategies. Let's talk about this hot, dry summer. How has it impacted the forests?
Oh, it's, I'm sure citizens around the region could see many of the effects on the forest already. I mean, one of the most obvious impacts would be the severe wildfire season that we experienced in Atlantic Canada. You take places like New Brunswick have seen like 5 times the amount of area burnt, compared to the 10-year average. And in Nova Scotia, there's been over 8,500 hectares burnt, which is more than 20 times the 10-year average. And Newfoundland is a similar situation. And those severe fire situations are primarily a consequence of the dry, warm conditions that we experienced this summer. So that's the most obvious impact, would be the wildfires themselves. But I'm sure a lot of citizens have also noticed early leaf color change and leaf drop, in southern Nova Scotia, even as early as late July, early August.
Yes, no, it's been everyone's noticed there have been big changes this year. What do you think we can do to sort of mitigate the effects of these sorts of climate change issues?
Oh, it's such a big question. I guess at the core of that question is that we need to take climate change more serious in terms of mitigating climate change. At the core of this issue is climate change, and so reducing the greenhouse gases that we produce and we burn would be the biggest issue. I think that instances like this summer, they give us as a society a taste of what's to come if we don't start taking climate change more serious than what we're doing right now.
Yeah, now you've been studying climate change and its impact on forests for many years, I'm sure. So in your experience, have you seen a significant change in tree health over the years?
I haven't noticed so much over the climate change that we've experienced so far, not so much an impact of climate on the health of the trees, other than we do have a number of colder adapted conifer tree species, balsam fir being one of them in our region, that seems to be impacted by climate change. We published a study a couple years ago on just after one of the last significant droughts that we had in 2017. And the year following that drought, there was widespread mortality of balsam fir across the region. And so that was related to the drought and likely related to climate change. Other, though, impacts of climate change on the forest themselves and on the trees would be the effect of climate on the prevalence of insect species, particular things like hemlock woolly adelgid that's impacting hemlock trees now in Nova Scotia. That's a non-native tree insect species that normally would be kept to the south of us due to cold winter temperatures, but with warming winters, that makes that the climate here more permissible to that insect.
Well, for sure, and I know that when the insects are there, that affects the agricultural yields, and when the forests are hurting, that affects the wildlife, and then all of these, it's cyclical, goes round and round. Anthony, we really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much for your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And Your Morning Atlantic is going to take a break now. It is now 7:26. We'll be right back after this.
Coming up in 15 minutes, protein-packed lunches. Many of us strive to create healthy lunches, but are we missing some key nutrients? Maybe so. Our friend Lori Barker-Jackman joins us with some lunchbox inspiration in just a few minutes.
Come on in. 7:30. We're halfway through the show. Thank you so much for joining us. So glad you're here with Your Morning Atlantic. I'm looking forward to talking about healthy protein-packed lunches. I know I'm trying to eat better these days.
Yes. And you feel like all you hear about is protein when it comes to
It's very true.
food.
And when I look back upon my lunch, particularly the year that I was in grade 1, I requested literally every day white bread with peanut butter and then brown sugar, like just packed on top of there. So, but that might have been high in protein, but probably not the healthiest thing in the world.
But I bet it was delicious.
It was delicious, and I lived to tell the tale, but I wouldn't recommend that.
Maybe not. All right. We're going to switch gears and talk about the weather before we get to healthy protein-packed lunches. Yes. So if you are packing a lunch today, just make sure to also pack some water, stay hydrated. Things are heating up across the region. As of right now, here's a live look at White Point, a beautiful start to your day. A little bit cooler early this morning, but it's definitely going to be heating up for much of Atlantic Canada today. Above seasonal daytime highs headed our way, and lots of sunshine in store for much of the region. As of right now, though, heading outdoors, we're taking a look at my 3-day forecast. That's not what I meant to take a look at right now. But it is a cool start to the day, as I had mentioned. Just keep that in mind when you are heading out. And then into the afternoon, temperatures will heat up. So as you can see here for New Brunswick, it's going to be quite hot. And then factor in that humidity, it's going to feel even hotter. Some areas could feel like 30. But as you can see here now for our current temperatures, it's going to feel like 7 degrees in Fredericton, 13 in Charlottetown, 11 in Halifax. Lots of sunshine going around for all 3 maritime provinces. We do still have some isolated showers early this morning for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. That will increase for those provinces into the afternoon. But because of the sunshine, the UV index remains high for all 3 maritime provinces, taking a bit of a dip for Newfoundland and Labrador, but will track low to moderate throughout your day today. And then in terms of the wind for the Maritimes, remaining quite light with no wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast ahead, but first, a look at your local headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Nova Scotia RCMP plan to announce charges today resulting from a 4-year investigation into allegations of sexual assaults at a youth correctional facility. In July 2023, the Mounties confirmed they were investigating at least 70 cases of alleged sexual assault at the Nova Scotia Youth Centre in Waterville. At the time, they said the investigation had started in early 2019 and the complaints related to alleged assaults between 1988 and 2017. At the time, all 70 cases involved males, but the Mounties were expecting more people to come forward. The RCMP news conference is scheduled to start at 11 a.m. A 30-year-old New Brunswick woman charged with assault and the stabbing of a police officer is to return to court tomorrow for a bail hearing. St. John police say the woman appeared in court yesterday, where she was also charged with obstruction and causing a disturbance. Police say officers responded Monday to a disturbance at a business in the area of Galbraith Place. Police say as officers made attempts to talk to the suspect, an officer was stabbed and is now recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. Labor troubles are brewing at another maritime university. Part-time faculty at St. Mary's voted 87% in favor of job action last week after negotiations with the school hit an impasse. Job security and wages are key issues. The union says part-time faculty at SMU are among the lowest paid university instructors across the country, earning just over $6,000 per course per term. Along with the money, CUPE is asking for guaranteed work for instructors who have taught for at least 3 consecutive years. And classes are set to resume at Dalhousie University on Tuesday, but there are questions about what the fall semester will look like.
What the timelines will be like, what their schedule is, what the syllabuses are going to look like, if it's going to be condensed, what reading break looks like. So there's a lot of concerns about what the workload will look like for the semester.
Month-long labor dispute, Dalhousie and its faculty association reached a tentative agreement yesterday. Faculty have yet to vote on it, and details of the agreement have not been released. if the deal is ratified, faculty members will return to work tomorrow, with classes expected to resume on the 23rd. The president of the student union says students still want tuition refunds for lost classroom time. Andrew Fury has a new role with Newfound Gold, a company aiming to mine for gold in central Newfoundland. The former premier of Newfoundland and Labrador is now an independent director of the company's board. A news release says Fury's appointment is effective immediately. Fury shocked the province earlier this year when he announced his intention to resign as premier and return to medicine. Still no word this morning on what caused that massive fire in an apartment complex in Middle Sackville early Monday morning. Some of the hundreds of displaced tenants were allowed inside to retrieve some personal items yesterday.
And just it after they tried to control it, but after some time it just went through the roof and everything. It was uncontrollable at that time. It was hard to watch that.
The unburnt section, we've deemed that portion of the building safe. There's a firewall that separates that portion from the rest of the building. We had a standby crew on overnight that were here. They had a little bit of a flare-up overnight and called in some additional units.
An evacuation center has been set up at a nearby recreation center. The Red Cross has registered 52 households of the 64 units, and other agencies, including the Salvation Army, are also offering support. Finally, this is a recovery after a fire. They're cooking again at Covered Bridge. The New Brunswick potato chip producer is up and running after a tumultuous period, including a destructive plant fire and some leadership changes. Employees are back too. The company rehired everyone it could. There's now 110 people on staff.
It's been hard, but our staff and team's been resilient. Very proud of the work. Everybody just rolled up their sleeves and just looked at it as another challenge, and we got the job done.
The fire hasn't been the only challenge. U.S. tariffs have also had an impact. Although the potatoes are from maritime fields, the cost of things like production equipment, even avocado oil, have increased. That's something we hear every single day. What we're paying for is costing more.
Yeah.
But yeah, their chips are so good. They have the storm chips, which is like a variety of 4 different flavors. That's good.
My favorite's plain, but you know what? If you opened a bag of the storm chips right now, I wouldn't say no.
No. It's kind of nearing our lunchtime, so
yeah,
it's okay.
Alrighty, let's get into today's topic. So you two were talking with Aaron and Peter today. What are viewers saying, weighing in?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we have so many responses to this, and what we're asking is things we did as kids that kids today would never understand. Things like ordering from a catalog and like waiting 8 weeks. Yeah, internet dial-up. You couldn't stream shows. You had to watch it when they were airing. Right? We're getting some really fantastic responses. I've started collecting them. You can send us a text at 10400. Standard message and data rates apply. But yes, towards the end of the show, we're going to share what people are sharing, and there are some funny answers, I have to tell you.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm glad you mentioned the catalog. Oh my gosh, that was so fun.
The Sears catalog.
Yes, the Wish book.
The Wish book.
Oh my gosh, the day that arrived, that was a day, a great day.
That was a great day. All right, another break on this Wednesday. Still so much more to come. We're only halfway through the show. Latavia has the latest warm forecast after the break, and also this half hour, lunches that really hold you over. Registered dietitian Lori Barker-Jackman is here, and she's going to tell us about the importance of creating protein-packed lunch boxes. That's coming up.
A beautiful start to your day over in Burnt Coat Head. Welcome back. Time now, 7:42. A bit of a cooler start to the day, though. So 9 degrees as you head outdoors this morning. Temperatures above seasonal expected for much of Atlantic Canada a little bit later on. So you may want to layer up before heading outdoors early this morning, shedding those layers into the afternoon for much of the region at least. 10 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, 8 right now in St. John's, 7 degrees in Fredericton. Early this morning, 13 degrees as you head outdoors in Charlottetown, with 11 in Halifax and 7 into Sydney. Over to our forecast timeline, a bit of fog early this morning already beginning to dissipate. Sunny, dry conditions remain for all 3 maritime provinces today. Seeing sunshine extend over parts of Newfoundland early today as well. We do also have precipitation in our forecast, seeing a chance of some showers for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, increasing into the afternoon. For the Maritime region, increasing cloudiness for parts of the Maritimes, still being left with mainly sunny skies. Then that takes us into the evening and overnight hours, where we are going to see partly cloudy skies return. Fog patches developing, bringing us into early Thursday morning, where we are going to have sunshine in our forecast yet again, but also seeing some isolated showers track across parts of the region. If you are wondering about precipitation, we are going to see an additional 2 to 30 millimeters for parts of Labrador. For forecast today for New Brunswick, highs between 25 to 27 degrees today, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, still being left with mainly sunny skies, pretty light wind out of the southwest, 15 kilometers per hour. A high of 25 degrees for Prince Edward Island today, lots of sunshine for you as well, and same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia with a high of 25 degrees, pretty light wind out of the southwest, only 20 kilometers per hour. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a high of 25 as well. Mainly sunny skies expected into the afternoon. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, a chance of showers starts off the day, clears out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, returns into the evening. A high of 23 in Labrador City, 18 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at a chance of showers also starting off your day, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. So for our forecast on Thursday, temperatures are going to start to cool down and moderate. Still going to be above seasonal for parts of the Maritime region. A bit of a cloudy start to the day. We are still going to see some sunny breaks for parts of Atlantic Canada. Isolated showers starting off first for mainland Nova Scotia as well as into the Tri-County area. And seeing isolated showers return for parts of New Brunswick as well into the evening. Still seeing a chance of showers track across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Friday, a cold front's going to move in. Temperatures really cooling down, especially into the overnight hours. Still some lingering precipitation as well. We'll throw things over to Crystal.
For that song. You and I could work. You're a dancer. We could work a routine to it.
Done.
Lori Margaret Jackman, registered dietitian, back once again, talking about balanced lunches packed with nutrition.
Yes.
Very excited about this.
Can you believe we're in the 3rd week of September already?
It's hard to believe.
Hard to believe. And you know what? Healthy lunches are still on people's mind. But I want to talk about a nutrient today that 1 in 10 kids, and specifically 1 in 14 girls, are deficient in.
And what is that?
That's iron.
Oh, yes.
Iron is so important.
So many people are low in iron and don't even realize it.
100%.
And this is why sometimes we feel low energy.
It is.
Imagine kids studying in school with no energy.
You got it, Crystal.
Yeah.
So why is it important for memory, for mood, for energy? Critical for learning and growing brains.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the lunchbox is a really great place to showcase this nutrient. Okay. So let's start about talking about what foods have iron. So we're going to find it in things like beef, eggs, and legumes like beans and lentils.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not all iron is created equal. So you've got iron from animal sources or heme iron, and that is better absorbed than iron from plant sources or non-heme iron is what we call it.
Okay.
Pro tip, you want to increase the absorption of plant-based iron, combine it with vitamin C-rich foods or heme iron.
Oh, right, and we have some vitamin C-rich foods, oranges, peppers, and kiwis. Great idea. So, yeah, if you aren't a meat eater, then you can supplement with the vitamin C. I love that.
That's right.
Also, you're getting your protein at the same time as the iron when you bring in that beef.
And so important, right? Protein is that macronutrient of the moment.
Yeah.
And it's really important for great reason. So I want to translate this into the lunchbox and what it can look like. So 2 fantastic recipes here. This is a cheeseburger pinwheel, if you will.
Oh, I will. That's beautiful.
That's right. Kid approved, you know it. Ground beef is the way that we're getting a great source of iron here, with all of those flavors that kids love in a cheeseburger, wrapped up in a tortilla and grilled, beautiful served cold, or they can heat it up if they have access.
Look at you including that little, it looks like a little orange or nectarine, bringing the vitamin C into really up that absorption.
Right?
Oh, that's a great lunch, and healthy too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all healthy, but like, you're getting all the food groups in there.
All the things that we talk about, we really want to keep that in mind as well. This one is a beef skillet noodle. I absolutely love this dish. I would make it for dinner, double or triple the recipe, pop the rest in a thermos the next day. Great hot lunch, which makes makes this awesome is the sauce. It is beyond. It's so delicious. It's going to be, again, your kids are going to love this. It's going to be super easy. So these recipes, more lunchbox inspiration, thinkbeef.ca, amazing.
The recipes are on thinkbeef.ca.
Yes.
Well, we put that website on ours to make it easy for you to find.
Love it.
This would be, winner for dinner and also for lunch the next day.
Yes.
I loved it when my mom sent hot lunch in the thermos.
I know.
It's so good.
And we're getting to that time of year, right, when we want it. So just to finish it off, some simple swaps. If your lunches don't look like this, say your kid's into sandwiches, maybe deli meat on the sandwich, swap that deli meat for a less processed, higher iron option like homemade meatballs.
Homemade meatballs.
I do this for my son Max all the time. I make him a meatball sub or a meatball sandwich. Easy peasy. I make them, I cook them, I freeze them, and then I pop them on that bread or sub.
Yeah, because if they are frozen, they're easy to heat up in the morning, and then you've got a hot lunch. You can put foil around it. It stays hot at lunchtime.
Yes.
I love that. That's fantastic. And here's a pro tip too: if you're looking to get rid of the fat, pick the lean cuts, the lean ground beef.
%. Yes, lean and extra lean.
It's amazing the difference between the lean, extra lean, and the regular as far as calories and fat content.
Exactly. You've got all the options to meet your goals, right? And then we've done a lot with ground beef today, and you know what? It's versatile. It's kid approved. And it's affordable.
Yes.
So you can put it in anything from soups to wraps to bowls to casseroles. So a great ingredient. And again, it's boosting that iron intake. We really want to think about that.
Yeah.
So a couple simple lunch upgrades and you can boost your child's energy.
These are great ideas. I love it. When I'm cooking ground beef, I love to, like you've got us cook beautifully and well here, but what I like to do is leave some lumps, because my kids like to pick those out while I'm cooking and join me in the kitchen, which is so much fun.
I love that. And so important too, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Lori, these are great ideas. Thank you. And again, that website?
thinkbeef.ca.
Perfect. And we'll put it on ours to make it easy for you to find. Now we're going to head over to Amanda.
Thank you, Crystal and Lori. We're going to keep the health conversation going with health and medical news now. And we begin with how fossil fuels can impact health across lifetimes. More details in Your Health. A new report warns the extraction, transportation, and burning of fossil fuels have a huge impact on people's health that starts before they're born and lasts until they die. According to peer-reviewed research cited in the report, living near coal mines or fracking sites has been linked to higher rates of premature births, miscarriages, and other problems during pregnancies. During childhood, air pollution from fossil fuels is associated with higher rates of asthma and cancers such as leukemia. In older age, people exposed to air pollution have been found to have an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, certain forms of dementia, and early death. The report comes from the Global Climate and Health Alliance. With clocks set to turn back an hour November 2nd, a new study is shedding light on the negative health impacts of seasonal time changes. The study from Stanford finds switching twice a year could lead to a higher risk of obesity and stroke. The researchers say our circadian clock is intimately involved in the regulation of human health, and disruptions to the function of that clock can directly lead to negative health consequences. Researchers concluded that staying in standard time all year comes with the most health benefits. While gaining an hour of sleep in November is generally welcomed by many, losing an hour each March has already been linked to increases in heart attacks and fatal traffic accidents. The study was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences Journal.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today, but if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
Milestones, brought to you by the Berkeley Retirement Residences. Love this stage of life.
Okay, well, a Nova Scotian snorkeler had a rare encounter over the weekend and caught it on camera.
As CTV's Jonathan McGinnis shows us, there's been a fair bit of horsing around in our waters lately.
The look on her face says it all.
I'm still high on life after that trip on Sunday.
After 20 years of snorkeling, Ellie, who goes by Ellie of the North, encountered a first while in the water at Paddy's Head in St. Margaret's Bay.
It was a good couple of hours in the water, and I really still can't believe that we even saw one seahorse, let alone almost a dozen. I couldn't believe it that I kept swimming and there was just another one, and then there's like two on one little piece of seagrass. Two just hanging on it, just floating like a foot below the surface, just right up by my face.
The seahorse's range does include Nova Scotia, but they're more commonly found in shallow tropical water. But with oceans warming and hurricanes stirring up the Atlantic, more and more uncommon creatures are being spotted around here.
It's becoming less rare, I think, with global warming or whatever's going on. They're getting washed up. There's tons of triggerfish this year. I've never seen so many. Usually you see one or two and you feel lucky, but I've seen over a dozen on several swims. Lots and lots of butterfly fish.
That's why she grabbed her mask and went back out today.
I was very overwhelmed. I'm still overwhelmed. I felt like I had 50 cups of coffee. My heart was pounding, and today I still feel like I've had about 20 cups of coffee. It was hard to sleep. I was so excited, so much adrenaline.
With water temperatures peaking off Nova Scotia in August and September, Ellie plans on exploring what lies beneath as much as possible. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax.
Wow.
So fantastic.
Wouldn't that be wonderful to see a seahorse?
Oh my goodness. To be honest, I've been here for over 4 years. I've never even seen a fish in the water ever.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's wild. I'm like, where is all the sea life?
If you come to the Courthouse Beach in Port Hood in the summertime, where my daughter's lifeguard sometimes, you could go a little bit, just not very far at all, and you can see lobsters and stuff.
Wow.
Little ones,
see, everyone says all this stuff, and I'm like,
on the ocean floor, crabs. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of great stuff.
You know what's funny? Okay, speaking of sea creatures.
Yeah.
Do you remember sea monkeys?
Oh, yes,
They were sold in like a Winners and like so many stores.
Back at the comic book.
Yeah, did you ever grab them?
I never got them. Did you?
Yes, I did, of course.
Did they have little crowns?
I thought they would have little top hats, little clothes, and then they like hatch, and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this is gross. I think it's like shrimp or something.
Okay, what does it look like when they hatch?
They just look like little dots and like little gross little, like, amoebas or like molecules. That's what it reminds me of. I'm like, this is nasty.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
they do
sold you a
market
pipe dream.
They really do. They market, at least it should come with the little castle.
Yeah.
That they live in.
Yeah.
It doesn't even come with that.
It comes in like a little cool little castle kind of thing.
Oh,
but
it does, okay.
Yeah, but they're just, it's not what you expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, well, that is a shame. That's false advertising.
Absolutely.
Fully false advertising. Well, it is the weather. This is not false advertising. It's warm as heck today.
Oh, yeah. Temperatures heating up today. You can take a look at our 3-day forecast. New Brunswick, a high of 27. Factor in that humidity. It's going to feel more like 30. Lots of sunshine across the province today. Into Thursday, much of the same, a mix of sun and cloud. Cooling down just a bit, 24 degrees with evening showers. And then on Friday, temperatures really begin to cool down again. 20 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers into the afternoon. Nova Scotia, 25 degrees today. Lots of sunshine. 21 on Thursday. We are going to see a mix of sun and cloud for Cape Breton, isolated showers for the remainder of the province, and then on Friday, much of the same, a high of 20, starting off with some sunshine, seeing isolated showers into the afternoon. Prince Edward Island, sunshine today with a high of 25, 23 on Thursday, increasing cloudiness expected, and then on Friday, scattered showers, cooling down to 15. Time now, 7:56. We'll be right back.
One morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Wednesday, September 17th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, Operation Headwind, or CMP to announce charges resulting from a multi-year investigation into historical sexual assaults at the Nova Scotia Youth Centre. Your top local and national news headlines just ahead.
Also, Neptune's new season kicked off with a bang. We'll let you know what's next and what a huge success Mamma Mia was. I head to Neptune Theatre to actually get on stage, get ready for a little razzle-dazzle coming up. Those those stories and more coming up on CTV Your Morning Atlantic. It starts right now.
Your Morning Atlantic. Thank you so much for joining us. It is 8:01, and yeah, if you stick around, you're going to see Crystal head on the Neptune stage.
Yes.
I am so jealous.
It was a really fun day. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Wait till you get to see, like, they pulled out all the stops. Anyway, I don't want to oversell it, but it was a moment. No audience, though. Maybe sometime we'll get to go on the stage with an audience and actually put on a show.
That'd be really fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
That would be incredible. Yeah, if you've never been to downtown Halifax to see a show at Neptune Theatre, high quality local art.
I don't know
So
what took
good.
me so long, but I've seen 2 shows this year.
Oh,
and I can't wait to go back.
Well, heck, I'll talk about why you might want to get a subscription to see all the shows. That's coming up in just a bit.
I gotta jot that down.
Oh, especially too the Christmas season. Well, they really outdo themselves
and
as well.
Gotta get your tickets early for that show too.
You do.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know what? Let's not talk about Christmas yet. We have summer still.
Yes,
Hot
we
days.
do. For a few days left. Just keep that in mind and get outside and enjoy that heat because things are going to heat up today.
Right, because cooler on Friday, right?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a cold front that's going to move in at the end of this work week, really cooling things down. But today, that is not the case. So a bit cooler starting off your day. You'll be shedding those layers into the afternoon. Here's a live look at a very sunny start to the day over at the Confederation Bridge. We're going to see that Terry Fox run taking place over there into the weekend. We'll have more on that later on in your community calendar. But talking about the weather as of right now, and as I mentioned, a bit cooler for parts of Atlantic Canada early this morning. 7 degrees as you head outdoors in Fredericton. Early this morning, 13 degrees in Charlottetown with 11 into Halifax, 7 in Sydney, 8 starting off your day in St. John's. Lots of sunshine to go around for much of Atlantic Canada today, but we do have some precipitation tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador early this morning. That will increase into the afternoon, but still seeing sunshine stick around for much of the region. Because of that, keep in mind sun safety when heading out today. The UV index will remain high for all 3 maritime provinces, dipping down just a bit, tracking low to moderate throughout your day for both Newfoundland and Labrador. Light wind out of the southwest this morning for the Maritimes. As of right now, sustained wind, 24 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 13 into Charlottetown and Grand Etang. No wind gusts at this time and will remain quite light into the afternoon. We'll have another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first, another look at your local headlines with Amanda.
Nova Scotia RCMP plan to announce charges today resulting from a 4-year investigation into allegations of sexual assaults at a youth correctional facility. In July 2023, the Mounties confirmed they were investigating at least 70 cases of alleged sexual assault at the Nova Scotia Youth Centre in Waterville. At the time, they said the investigation had started in early 2019, and the complaints related to alleged assaults between 1988 and 2017. At the time, all 70 cases involved males, but the Mounties were expecting more people to come forward. The RCMP news conference is scheduled to start at 11 a.m. Labor troubles are brewing at another maritime university. Part-time faculty at St. Mary's voted 87% in favor of job action last week after negotiations with the school hit an impasse. Job security and wages are key issues. The union says part-time faculty at SMU are among the lowest paid university instructors across the country, earning just over $6,000 per course per term. Along with the money, CUPE is asking for guaranteed work for instructors who have taught for at least 3 consecutive years. And classes are set to resume at Dalhousie University on Tuesday, but there are questions about what the fall semester will look like.
What the timelines will be like, what their schedule is, what the syllabuses are going to look like, if it's going to be condensed, what reading break looks like. So there's a lot of concerns about what the workload will look like for the semester.
After a month-long labor dispute, Dalhousie University and its Faculty Association reached a tentative agreement yesterday. Faculty have yet to vote on it, and details of the agreement have not been released publicly. If the deal is ratified, faculty members will return to work tomorrow, with classes expected to resume on the 23rd. The president of the student union says students still want tuition refunds for lost classroom time. A 30-year-old New Brunswick woman charged with assault and the stabbing of a police officer is to return to court tomorrow for a bail hearing. St. John police say the woman appeared in court yesterday, where she was also charged with obstruction and causing a disturbance. Police say officers responded Monday to a disturbance at a business in the area of Galbraith Place. Police say as officers made attempts to talk to the suspect, an officer was stabbed and is now recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. After years of concerns and complaints, New Brunswick is launching a task force to address the growing problem of homelessness. The new provincial task force will see coordinated efforts from 5 separate departments. The province says there are close to 1,000 people experiencing chronic homelessness. Right away, the focus will be on immediate measures to try and bring those numbers down while laying the foundation for systemic change. Andrew Furey has a new role with Newfound Gold, a company aiming to mine for gold in central Newfoundland. The former Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador is now an independent director of the company's board. A news release says Furey's appointment is effective immediately. Furey shocked the province earlier this year when he announced his intention to resign as Premier and return to medicine.
Finding as much of it as we can.
Finally, say goodbye to bottles at Moosehead.
I go back to sort of when we first started talking about it in 2019, I remember like, that'll never happen. And then it just, you get more and more comfortable with these decisions, and who knows what Moosehead will be selling beer in 50 years from now, but it'll all be the great beer that we brew here at Moosehead.
By year's end, St. John's Moosehead Brewery will stop producing bottled beer and focus exclusively on cans and kegs. Moosehead President and CEO Andrew Olin says the decision reflects the times. According to Moosehead, just 7% of beer drinkers in Canada are twisting off a bottle cap, compared to 85% who are cracking open a can. The amount of can consumers has increased by 20% in the last 5 years alone. The company intends to expand its canning capability at the plant, and the final bottle run will happen in December and stay on shelves until they're out. And then that is it. I love seeing this vintage footage.
Yeah, the stubbies.
Too.
Yeah. So much fun.
It is cool to see.
All right, well, it looks like we are going to give you a chance to win some cash.
Yes, let's do it.
$20,000. 20,000 big ones. 20,000 bones, if you will. All you have to do to win is just enter a code word. And what is the code word today, Amanda?
The code word today is...
It's happy.
Happy.
It's happy.
We're always feeling.
It's happy.
Yeah.
Code word is happy. It was a test, and that is the answer. Happy.
You passed.
That is it. So we'll have more details. We'll have the QR code a little bit later in this show, but we are going back to the Move Morning Chat.
Yes.
Hey, we get responses?
Oh, we do have responses. I'm going to be sharing them toward the end of the show, but this is your last chance to text us your thoughts. What's something you did as a kid that kids today would never understand? We're getting, no surprise, we're getting a lot of tech responses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about recording songs off the radio with a set recorder?
The precision needed to do it, or else you miss your opportunity. You have to wait again.
Well, and Crystal and I, Latavia and I, we shared our thoughts with our Move friends. So, Crystal, what is something that you think kids today would never understand?
Well, definitely something that I really miss.
You miss?
Is back in the day, there wasn't a lot of choice for TV. It wasn't streaming and stuff. So when you were a kid, if there was a Wizard of Oz on TV, I know you've never seen it.
I've seen Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I love this movie. Okay, so they play Wizard of Oz on TV, and like the next day, you'd go to school, and everybody would be talking about it. Like, oh my gosh, those flying monkeys are so scary, or whatever. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that collective experience, I just feel like we don't have that as much anymore.
It's true.
It's true.
Everyone's just head down now on their phones. You know, I'm bad for doing that too these days, but I miss that, the connection of being in person and doing things, you know?
We all did it at the same time together. Occasionally you get that when they release something new, but it was a special day. Anyway, those days are gone.
I know. Goodbye. And we're going to share your responses later on in the show. But this is a classic that is sticking around, seeing theater, particularly Neptune Theater. Crystal heads down to Argyle Street to see what they have planned for the season.
Look at that. The ferry is getting ready to dock. Early morning commuters headed out. Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 8:13. 9 degrees starting off the day in St. John, New Brunswick. Temperatures will be heating up a little bit later on, so you'll be shedding those layers as you enter into the afternoon. But as of right now, it is still cooler starting off the day for parts of the region. As of right now, 12 degrees heading outdoors in Labrador City. 9 starting off your day in St. John's, with 7 degrees early this morning in Fredericton. 14 in Charlottetown, 12 degrees in Halifax, now 10 in Sydney. Over to our forecast timeline. So we did have a bit of fog early this morning, already dissipating. Sunny and dry conditions remain for much of the Maritime region into parts of Newfoundland. We do have some precipitation remaining in the forecast, though, around a 40% chance of some showers early this morning for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Into the afternoon, we still have a chance of some showers for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, but the Maritime region remains clear. Taking us into this evening, we will be seeing a few clouds return, fog developing into the overnight hours yet again. Temperatures moderating into Thursday's forecast, but still sunshine sticking around for much of the region. If you're wondering about the precipitation for Newfoundland and Labrador, we aren't seeing in totals for much of Newfoundland, but we are going to see an additional 2 to 30 millimeters for parts of Labrador. For forecast today for New Brunswick, sunshine and temperatures heating up. Daytime highs will range from 25 to 27 degrees and light wind expected across the province as well. Out of the southwest, only 15 kilometers per hour. A high of 25 degrees for Prince Edward Island today. Lots of sunshine for you as well. And same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. A high of 25 degrees, sunny skies right across the province today with a high of 25. Increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, going to be left with mainly sunny skies. Newfoundland and Labrador starting off the day with a chance of showers. That will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, but we will be seeing a return chance of showers into the evening with a high of 23 degrees today for Labrador City. 18 for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at showers early this morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Thursday's forecast, much of the same, but we will be seeing increasing cloudiness for the Maritime region, seeing some spotty, isolated showers returning for mainland Nova Scotia into the Tri-County area. And then into the evening, we will be seeing those showers spread across parts of the Maritime region, and it's going to stick around for Newfoundland and Labrador, that spotty shower activity, and that continues into Friday. A cold front will move in, seeing a bit of precipitation, temperatures really cooling down. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to Amanda for national and international headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. One of the country's highest profile politicians, Chrystia Freeland, has announced she is resigning from cabinet. The move prompted a mini cabinet shuffle at Rideau Hall. CTV's Mike LeCouture has more on what's next for Freeland and who is taking on her internal trade and transport duties.
Chrystia Freeland left her final cabinet meeting with Prime Minister Mark Carney, signaling an amicable departure. Now, details of her new job only came in a statement from Carney, saying, "I have asked Chrystia to serve as Canada's new special representative for the reconstruction of Ukraine." A source speaking on background says Freeland will work with Ukrainian leaders to rebuild its economy.
The work that Chrystia will lead on Ukraine will be deeply impactful, not just for the war, but for Canada's national security.
Since 2013, Freeland has been linked to Justin Trudeau, handling key portfolios and becoming the country's first ever female finance minister.
Chrystia, what are you doing in Alberta?
She also became a divisive political figure because of those ties to Trudeau.
She's probably trying to get out of town and as far away as possible before this disastrous November budget comes, and I don't blame her.
In her first resignation from cabinet last December, she wrote a blistering letter criticizing Trudeau for costly political gimmicks. That led to his resignation as prime minister less than a month later. Freeland ran for the Liberal leadership, but came in a distant second to Mark Carney. In a statement, Freeland thanked her constituents and praised the current prime minister, saying Mark Carney is a unifier in a time of crisis, and I have absolute confidence in his ability to lead us through it. Ontario's premier also praised her time in cabinet.
She's always a friend. I talk to her almost daily, bi-daily, and she's a good person, and she'll do a great job over in Ukraine, and I support her all the way.
Late this afternoon, we learned who will fill the void in cabinet. The minister in charge of Canada-U.S. trade, Dominic LeBlanc, will now take over on internal trade, and the transport file will be handed to Government House Leader Steve McKinnon.
Mike Lecouture reporting from Ottawa. New cost of living data highlights the state of the country's economy. And while inflation rose last month, the increase was far below what economists had predicted. But food inflation, especially soaring beef prices, continues to outpace overall inflation, leaving Canadians feeling the pinch at the checkout. CTV's Kathy Lee reports.
Once a staple for family meals, these cuts of beef now luxury items.
I've definitely seen an increase in price, especially beef.
The meats are gone up. You can hardly afford to buy anything other than probably hamburgers or chicken. Even hamburgers getting more expensive.
Stats Canada data shows food prices rose 3.4% from a year earlier. And while the price of fruits and veggies are down, the cost of meat surged by 7.2%, including a 12.7% spike for fresh or frozen beef. Consumers aren't just the ones feeling the sticker shock. So are businesses like the Ribeye Butcher Shop.
It really was a shock to the system that not only we had to absorb, but the customers had to absorb as well.
Experts say rising beef prices trace back to dry weather in the U.S. Midwest and Western Canada a few years ago. The feed shortage forced farmers to shrink their herds, driving up costs.
There are fewer cows, and cows are really the factory of the beef industry. We have to rebuild our beef herd.
The cost of beef and other groceries, a key piece of the inflation puzzle. Stats Canada shows the country's inflation rate rose to 1.9% last month, mostly due to lower gas prices.
The economy has been slowing down in Canada, primarily owing to the trade war with the U.S. and with the fact that inflation seems to have stabilized.
The inflation rate came in just shy of the 2% increase economists had expected, setting the stage for an anticipated interest rate cut by the Bank of Canada.
CTV's Kathy Lee reporting from Calgary. And tributes continuing to pour in for legendary actor, filmmaker, and environmentalist Robert Redford. Redford died yesterday at the age of 89. He was best known as a go-to leading man of the late 1960s and 70s, starring in films like The Way We Were and All the President's Men. Redford was also the driving force behind the iconic Sundance Film Festival named after his character from the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. His publicist says he died at his home in Utah, surrounded by family.
Use enough dynamite there, Butch?
Still ahead on Your Morning Atlantic, a trip to Neptune Theatre in downtown Halifax. Crystal will bring us that story after this.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:23. We're excited to tell you your morning just got a whole lot richer because we're giving away a staggering $20,000. Now imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. Maybe a dream vacation, home renovations, maybe paying off bills. Well, the possibilities are endless.
Yep, so today's code word is happy. So head to the contest page on ctvatlantic.ca. There's going to be a QR code on your screen in a second. You can just scan that. Enter that word happy along with a little bit of other information and you will be entered to win the $20,000. So there you go. There's that QR code. Scan that now. Enter now and you could be $20,000 richer. Tune in tomorrow for a brand new code word and another chance to win.
We're wishing you the best of luck. All right. Now we're going to switch gears and we're going to head over to Neptune Theatre.
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah.
See what they're up to.
All right, we are bringing the drama. We're at Neptune Theatre. I'm joined by Artistic Director Jeremy Webb. Jeremy, this is so fantastic. We're right on the stage.
We are.
And oh my gosh, talk about starting the season on a high note. Neptune kicked off with Mamma Mia. What a great performance. Like, what a high note to start on.
We lifted the whole of the city for a while.
We literally lifted. Oh my gosh, we're on this stage. There's a little glitter left. Woo! This is, oh my gosh, I saw the show. It was so much fun. Congratulations.
Thank you. We had so much fun with it. It extended. Over 33,000 people came through the doors to see Mamma Mia, and it just closed. So we're a little sad. So to revisit the glitter joy now is feeling pretty cool.
Yeah.
Although it's quite high up here.
It's very high up here. I love it. I feel powerful. Like, that's amazing.
You should hit the Mamma Mia
Oh yeah,
pose.
definitely. We'll get there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I saw the show. I saw it near the end of the run.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. You put up your hand. You said, anybody in the house, is this, you know, have you been here before? Almost everybody put up their hand. So that that is unusual for people to go back again and again.
Yeah, yes. I mean, we love it when a show hits so well that people come back multiple times. We had some patrons come back over a dozen times.
Yeah, amazing.
Because they're obsessed with Mamma Mia, with the ABBA music, and of course having a really good time. And it was unusual for us to have a full-scale musical playing during the summer here at Neptune, so July and August. And of course, then we extended it into September because you just couldn't get a ticket.
Well, all good things must come to an end. But, so this production, they're going to tear this down after we're finished having our fun today.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, they're working, like they're waiting.
Yeah.
People are patiently, they're like this till we finish up here.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Oh my goodness, there is so much coming up. The first thing that happens immediately next week is we have a play called Mischief by local Mi'kmaq playwright Lisa Nason. A wonderful play, funny, and it's about the, do you remember, you would remember because you deliver the news, the Cornwallis statue coming down.
Yes.
So believe it or not, it's a comedy about that. We have other comedies. We have a musical right here on this stage called Bear Grease, which is an indigenous take on the musical Grease. Of course, we have another farce called How the Other Half Loves. And then we have The Wizard of Oz right here again on this stage. And that's only until Christmas.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's so much. And of course, we end the season with Come From Away.
Oh, people are really excited about that already.
Yeah.
Okay, Wizard of Oz, you're not directing it. Who is?
Her name is Michelle Angel. She's an actor and director. She's actually based in Cape Breton right now.
Amazing.
But she's been on this stage many times and is very familiar with it.
Well, you'll bring the razzle-dazzle. It's going to be so much fun. One quick thing, though, before we go. If you get a subscription, that's an opportunity for people to actually save money and get some perks. Can you tell me more?
Yeah, basically it means that if you know that you always come to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 12 whatever shows at Neptune. If you buy a subscription, you get, not only do you get a great savings, so you're saving money, but also you get perks like choosing the seats you want. You can change them a little more. Lots of great things like that.
You get to feel like an insider a little bit.
Like we are right now,
oh my gosh.
where we're up here.
I'm so excited. This is really fun. Jeremy, I'm just so excited. Thank you for kicking off this whole season 25-26 with a bang. We appreciate it so much.
And the stage effects are still going.
This is amazing. All right, let's do the music.
Yeah.
Oh my
now we're
God,
lost
Jeremy.
in the fog.
Thank you so much. We put
Thank you.
Neptune's website on ours. We'll disappear into the night. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Season on The Amazing Race Canada.
Still had in our last 30 minutes, The Amazing Race Canada Season 11 winners. Spoiler alert, they're going to be joining us in 15 minutes here on Your Morning Atlantic. We can't wait to talk about the adventure.
Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, Latavia, what's on your mind at this hour?
I was just going to say, you know who would be really good at this? Amazing Race Canada, you two. Yes.
Thank you.
If they could have a team of 3, I'd want to be on your team. Me, I'd be terrible.
Hilarious.
I wouldn't really contribute much.
Oh my gosh.
No,
I'd be up for the challenge.
Yeah, and when it comes to identifying designer bags, Latavia is who you want.
Yeah, but no one really needs that skill.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
They didn't go. You can't predict. Last night there was a thing we had to ride a tricycle and deliver cupcakes and birthday balloons to people. And
stressful.
There's that, and then there's like scaling things, and you just don't know what the challenge is. I don't know if I'd be up for that challenge. I could see you doing it for sure.
You have scaled a building before. Yeah, you can do it, Crystal.
That is true.
That's always one of those conversations. Who would you do it with? So the winners are going to be joining us. So if you didn't watch the season finale, we will have that spoiler alert coming up.
Yeah.
But before that...
Watch till then. We'll warn you when you have to avert your eyes.
But if you're running around outside, you'll need some sunblock.
Absolutely. Keep in mind sun safe days. You can see from our live eye over in Truro, the sun is shining early this morning for much of Atlantic Canada. A bit of a cooler start to the day. Temperatures heating up into the afternoon. As of right now, 12 degrees heading outdoors in Halifax, actually, and in Labrador City. 10 degrees in Sydney, 14 in Charlottetown, 7 starting off your day in Fredericton, 9 into St. John's. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, we do have a bit of precipitation early this morning for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, but other than that, we are going to see lots of sunshine throughout your day. So as Amanda mentioned, sun safety is key. The UV index remains high across all 3 maritime provinces today. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, it will be low to moderate throughout your day. Light wind expected for all 3 maritime provinces out of the southwest this morning, 26 kilometers per hour in North Cape, with 11 into Grand Etang and in Charlottetown, 13 in Moncton. No wind gusts to report and will remain light into the afternoon. We'll have one last look at your long-range forecast ahead, but first we're going to take a look at your local headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Nova Scotia RCMP plan to announce charges today resulting from a 4-year investigation into allegations of sexual assaults at a youth correctional facility. In July 2023, the Mounties confirmed they were investigating at least 70 cases of alleged sexual assault at the Nova Scotia Youth Centre in Waterville. At the time, they said the investigation had started in early 2019 and the complaints related to alleged assaults between 1988 and 2017. At the time, all 70 cases involved males, but the Mounties were expecting more people to come forward. The RCMP news conference is scheduled to start at 11 a.m. We'll have coverage on our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca, and tonight on CTV News at 6 with Tom Battis. A 30-year-old New Brunswick woman charged with assault in the stabbing of a police officer is to return to court tomorrow for a bail hearing. St. John police say the woman appeared in court yesterday, where she was also charged with obstruction and causing a disturbance. Police say officers responded Monday to a disturbance at a business in the area of Galbraith Place. Police say as officers made attempts to talk to the suspect, an officer was stabbed and is now recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. Labor troubles are brewing at another maritime university. Part-time faculty at St. Mary's voted 87% in favor of job action last week after negotiations with the school hit an impasse. Job security and wages are key issues. The union says part-time faculty at SMU are among the lowest paid university instructors across the country. Along with money, CUPE is asking for guaranteed work for instructors who have taught for at least 3 consecutive years. Classes are set to resume at Dalhousie University on Tuesday, but there are questions about what the fall semester will look like.
What the timelines will be like, what their schedule is, what the syllabuses are going to look like, if it's going to be condensed, what reading break looks like. So there's a lot of concerns about what the workload will look like for the semester.
After a month-long labor dispute, Dalhousie and its faculty association reached a tentative agreement yesterday. Faculty have yet to vote on it, and details of the agreement have not been released publicly. If the deal is ratified, faculty members will return to work tomorrow, with classes expected to resume on the 23rd. The president of the student union says students still want tuition refunds for lost classroom time. After years of concerns and complaints, New Brunswick is launching a task force to address the growing problem of homelessness.
There's no question our big centers are seeing a bigger impact of chronic homelessness. Moncton sitting at 511 people living chronically on the street is something that we need to respond to.
From mental health and addictions and social development, public safety, housing, and myself as local government, I think that really proves that this government is committed to putting in the work and making the changes. That's 5 out of a 19-member cabinet, so it's a very big group.
The new provincial task force will see coordinated efforts from 5 separate departments. The province says there are close to 1,000 people experiencing chronic homelessness. Right away, the focus will be on immediate measures to try and bring those numbers down while laying the foundation for systemic change. Andrew Furey has a new role with Newfound Gold, a company aiming to mine for gold in central Newfoundland. The former Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador is now an independent director of the company's board. A news release says Furey's appointment is effective immediately. Furey shocked the province earlier this year when he announced his intention to resign as Premier and return to medicine. Finally, for the first time in history, all of the pieces of the U.S. Constitution are on public display together. The U.S. National Archives building is hosting all 4 pages of the original document through to the most recent amendment. All 4 pages of the Constitution have been on display at the National Archives since 2003, but an extra clerical 5th page, the Bill of Rights, and the 17 other amendments have never been displayed side by side at the same time. So the public can view the display starting this week through October 1st on the National Mall in Washington. So that is something, that is something that you can see.
Super cool. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, your last look at your local headlines on this Wednesday.
Oh my goodness, the time has flown.
Yes, yeah.
All right, well, here's something strange. Spotted in the waters off Southern California, and it has residents seeing pink. Researchers with the UCLA School of Engineering released a pink dye into the waters off Santa Monica to study how the breakwater affects the surrounding environment and water quality. Non-toxic tracker dyes like this have been used successfully for years to study water movement. In fact, they use them in our region too, for a different reason. Researchers say the dyes pose no risk to people, animals, or vegetation and disperse naturally, so no cleanup is needed. But yes, they've done some work in our region using this same pink dye. It just tracks water movement, so you can see it from above. Yeah.
Very cool.
It is neat, yeah.
I wonder how many people make a call saying, I'm seeing pink in the water. Is this okay?
Exactly. The news, like we've warned you, if it's going to happen in our region, we'll let you know on our show. Don't you worry.
Something else we'll let you know about what's happening in our region, your community calendar. So starting off, join your two favorite princesses for a magical afternoon in St. John. The production of Frozen in Time continues to take the stage at the Imperial Theater. If you're interested in checking this out, there are 2 show times for this upcoming weekend, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturday, September 20th. To learn more, head over to their website. And the PEI International Shellfish Festival returns in Charlottetown from Thursday, September 18th until the 21st at 6 p.m. You have time to check out the freshish, oh my goodness. Try saying this.
Freshest shellfish.
Yeah,
shellfish. It's a
oh my
twister.
goodness. Okay, and there's so many culinary talents across East Coast. We're bringing you all the yummy details. Just head over to their website to get additional information. And the Lunenburg Doc Festival brings you the thrilling documentary, Home is the Ocean. So this is going to happen in Chester. You can enjoy a viewing of the film Friday, September 19th at the Chester Playhouse. The film starts at 7 p.m. For tickets, head over to the website on your screen. And if you do have an upcoming event, please send us the details. Our new email, yourmorningatlantic@ctv.ca. We'd love to promote it on your community calendar.
Thanks, Latavia. Coming up after the break, too, the season finale of The Amazing Race Canada, Season 11. The winners join us.
Beautiful sunshine starting off your day in Walton. Welcome back. Currently 8 degrees in your area, but don't worry, temperatures will be heating up a little bit later on. As of right now, 8:43 a.m., we are seeing temperatures slowly begin to rise and above seasonal daytime highs for much of the region a little bit later this afternoon. As of right now, though, 12 degrees heading outdoors in Labrador City, 9 into St. John's, 7 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, already 14 degrees in Charlottetown with 12 in Halifax and 10 into Sydney. You can see here from our forecast timeline, pretty clear skies for all 3 maritime provinces. Lots of sunshine starting off your day, also extending over to parts of Newfoundland early this morning. We do have precipitation in our forecast as well, a chance of some showers starting off the day. That will increase for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador into the afternoon. But for the maritime region, remaining quite sunny as we head towards early this evening. We will be seeing a few clouds develop into the overnight hours. Also some fog patches developing near midnight and bringing us into early Thursday morning. We do have a bit of a cloudier day ahead, but still seeing sunshine in our forecast. And we do also have some isolated showers that will track back in across parts of the region. If you're wondering about precipitation, looking at around 2 to 30 millimeters of additional rainfall for parts of Labrador. But we are going to see lots of sunshine across New Brunswick today. Daytime highs will range from 25 to 27 degrees, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon, but still being left with mainly sunny skies and light wind out of the southwest at around 15 kilometers per hour. A high of 25 degrees for Prince Edward Island today. Lots of sunshine for you as well. Same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, with a high of 25 degrees. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, a high of 25 yet again, mainly sunny skies into the afternoon. For Newfoundland and Labrador, a chance of showers starts off the day, clears out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. Returns into the evening, that chance of 40% chance of showers into the evening with a high of 23 for Labrador City, 18 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Showers expected early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Our forecast for Thursday, temperatures slowly will cool back down. We do have a cold front that will move in. We are going to see a chance of showers into parts of Nova Scotia starting off the day, and then into the evening, seeing a chance of showers return for parts of New Brunswick as well. Newfoundland and Labrador is seeing a cloudier day ahead with a chance of showers as well. Friday, temperatures cool back down. Isolated showers still lingering across parts of Atlantic Canada. We'll throw things over to Crystal.
Thank you, Latavia. It is 8:46. Now, season 11 of The Amazing Race Canada has come to an end as the finale aired last night on CTV. And spoiler alert, we are about to reveal the winners. Now, they received the grand prize of two 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV SS vehicles, a trip around the world, a $250,000 cash prize courtesy of Fuse Iced Tea, and the coveted title of the Amazing Race Canada champions. So let's meet these winners, besties Jesse and Jonathan. Congratulations, you two. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning.
You did it. Oh my gosh. How does it feel to be crowned the winners of season 11?
It feels absolutely wild. Obviously, we've been staying on the secret for a bit, so to have it out in the world and just be real now, it feels so amazing.
Yeah. What about this last challenge? It was a doozy. Probably the most ambitious challenge ever, with a double roadblock in Amazing Race Canada history. What stood out for you in this last leg of the challenge?
Oh gosh. Oh, in the granary, it was just really creepy down there. There was cobwebs. It was dark. Yeah, it was a creepy place to be. And you know, when you're down there for a really long time, and you know that a lot of the race hangs in the balance with getting out of there fast, you start to feel really under pressure to get out of there as fast as possible.
Well, no doubt. I mean, all of the challenges are so varied, and some of them were really, I mean, for the viewer, quite daunting. I mean, what was it like to navigate these surprise challenges every time?
Honestly, you just go into each challenge with an open mind. And, you know, I might be terrified of heights, but I'm actually more terrified of losing. So I just really harnessed that fear and drove forward, and no matter what came ahead.
Okay, that's a winning attitude. Was this your plan going along, or was it just like winning? This is what I'm doing. Like you were just winning and nothing else. Is that what kind of kept you going through the whole thing?
I think like we set little mini goals for ourselves throughout the season so that if something did happen and we didn't make it all the way, that we could have still met a lot of little mini goals along the way. I think the main goal was making it to the end and running the whole race. And then once we got there, it was like, oh, we could actually win this thing. And then obviously in that last leg, the goal was to win.
Yeah, obviously. Now, you were really did so many different things together, very, very challenged, pushed to the edge at times. How did the season impact your friendship?
Honestly, we are closer friends after the season. To be able to spend so much time with a person and not feel like you're yelling at them or they're getting on your nerves is such a blessing. So just coming back, we're even closer as friends. And it was just truthfully the most amazing experience. Everyone should do it. It's just the absolute best.
Okay. Well, what are you going to do with the prizes? Let's go through them one by one. First of all, the vehicles. What are you going to do with the vehicles?
I mean, I'm a big time skier and hiker, so I don't have a vehicle, so I have to rely on friends to take me up to the mountains. And so I'm actually really excited to be the one I get to be the driver to get people out to places. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you each get one, which is amazing.
Yes. Yeah. So Jonathan did suggest that we could carpool. We don't need to carpool. We can take our own cars. We both have one.
You can carpool, but that is your prerogative. Okay, the trip around the world. Do you have plans for that yet?
Oh gosh, I mean, there's a few places that we want to go. I know I promised to take my parents on a trip as well. So, you know, somewhere with my parents, but then together we have to figure out where we want to go and celebrate this together.
Perfect. And the $250,000. What about that? What plans do you have there?
Honestly, like that's a life-changing amount of money. So first, I just want to see it in my bank account. That's crazy. But we both live in Vancouver, which is a pricey city to be able to invest in real estate. So I think that's on my horizon of getting myself a place and exploring that next journey.
Okay, so you got to travel all over Canada, and everybody watching in our region wants to know, what was your experience like in Newfoundland and Labrador? Please say it was good.
I mean, we loved being there. The entire race, we kept saying, when we were ripping clues, we're like, oh my gosh, do you think we get to go to Newfoundland and Labrador this thing? And then when we finally did, it was unreal. I mean, I will say Gander almost took us out of the race, so that is, but we will forgive. And it was so beautiful out there. We're honored. My dad lived in St. John's Forbidden Todd out there, and so to be able to go there for the first time, it was incredible.
Oh my gosh,
and just the people of Newfoundland are the kindest, most loving people ever. Our taxi driver, Jack, was so incredible when we were up in Gander. So just the people are next level. Also, moose farts, really good, really good.
Good to know. Yeah, I went there for the first time this summer myself, and I just loved it. All right, what's next for you two?
Gosh, I mean, I think this is also such a whirlwind right now, and I think we just need to kind of settle down and figure out. But settling back into things, driving around our new Chevrolets, and I don't know, just having more fun together.
Yeah, I mean, what's been so incredible is feeling all the love from our community and celebrating this moment. So really taking that in, and then just exploring what other fun little things could be out there. But also getting back to work. Plot twists. Still need to make it through the world.
It's true, and sometimes when you've been away, you're back in your regular life, you appreciate it more, and that's one of the great things about traveling and whatnot. But thank you so much for being in our lives for season 11. We really loved getting to know you better.
Thank you so much.
All right, the winners of season 11, Amazing Race, Jesse and Jonathan, joining us then. We're going to take a little break. It is now 8:52. We're going to wrap up the show right after this. See you in a couple minutes.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. So today we were talking with our friends over at Move 100 about things these days that kids these days that things they don't understand. Right? And we had some really fun responses. I've been checking your text messages. So we began with Mark. It's simple. Using a phone.
Oh my goodness, right?
Right? The yellow pages, ordering pizza, something like that. You had to go under the business section.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, speaking with phones, Nicole R says, you guys forgot to mention rotary phones. I worked for Bell years ago, and I trained some students that were between ages 18 to 20. And they all had no sweet clue what a rotary phone was.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
And staying with the phone theme, Donna and a few other viewers texted this too. When the phone was a party line, you had to wait for those, for who was on that line to get off, so you could use the phone. Multiple responses like that. Catherine, kids these days won't know what it's like to have to wait for picture cameras flash.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that, which was a separate part of the camera you attach yourself to load up enough power to make the flash, and you sit there smiling like a crazy person for 30 seconds, then take the film out of the camera to a store and get it developed.
That was fun.
And you wouldn't get them for days. You weren't even sure if the picture was looking good enough until you got it back.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You wouldn't know. Wayne also says, getting up to change the TV channel. Remember that solid click, click, click when you used to do it?
We had that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, back when TVs had backs. Finally, Penny says, back in our day, opening a car window meant a mini arm workout, no buttons.
Oh, rolling.
I love the rolling
Oh my
thing.
goodness.
I always I could order that because I'm always have this fear that my car's going to go in the water and I won't be able to open the window.
Right?
So I wish I'd had that kind of crank on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Kids don't know. We hope you join us on the show tomorrow. Sherry French is going to be here with some meal and snack hacks for busy fall routines. Plus, affordable living spaces, that can be a difficult thing. We're going to be talking to a Canadian CEO.
Yeah, and soap in your mouth.
And soap in your mouth.
Company. That's all tomorrow. Join us then. Bye.
Bye.